Boom, we're live. Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you guys doing?
No, good man. Good man. I was just talking to Chris before we went live about the fine, fantastic, the top of the benchmark that is the election of the American presidents and the debates that surrounded it. The high point of culture. So, it's been a fantastic week, man. Watching the high point of American culture, discussing eruditely the problems of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I'm like a lot of people. I try to just not think about it because it's just depressing, annoying, and it's the same old crap, and everyone knows it's bullshit, and it's just a big reality TV show, and we're the big joke.
It's all ratings.
Yeah.
All ratings until somebody loses an eye.
All right, guys.
Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah. Stickle back here.
Hey, good to have you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I can't really say much. My wife's just gone to bed next door, so she's going to be screaming at me. But I'm just going to listen in and see what you guys are doing.
Okay. Well, we were hoping we could talk to you a little bit about Second Life and streaming and basically just playing music in virtual reality, and kind of wanted your opinion on it and your take and your experience, and talk to you a little bit about that. Well,
what I've got out of it is just for my own benefit, I suppose. It's just practicing all the time. It heightens you for playing somewhere else, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's good for. Got babe.
Already in trouble. Dang.
Dude, can I just jump in and say it's great to hear another Cockney accent, my man, because I've been doing this thing for a long time, and to meet another Cockney in line, man. So, welcome to you, brother, son.
Where are you from?
Mate, I'm from originally from Lambeth, dude. Where are you from?
I'm in Essex, Dagenham.
Oh wow, mate! Well, the great Exodus. Just let Brady and Patches know, man. A lot of proper Cockneys got kind of made the Exodus to Essex. So
I was in Bow, Ivory, moved out to Dagenham. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a cab driver. I'm a black cab driver. So yeah, I know Lambeth.
So don't mention Uber then.
Yeah, so what? I've just shrunk. Look. All right, babes. Good night. I'm in the doghouse. Yeah, no, I enjoy Second Life, but sometimes it can be frustrating in there. I mean, basically because of the amount of people that show up. Sometimes it can be some shows can be really good. And, people were chatting and tipping and stuff like that. It's not about the tipping, but it's more about people coming in and saying hi and chatting. But if it's dead in there, sometimes it can be 10, 20 people, and it feels like you're singing to yourself because, no one's chatting to you. And, it doesn't take long before you start getting bored of it, you know what I mean? But if, on another day, there can be 5 people, everyone's having a laugh, 3 of us now, if we would all be singing and chatting, and it's nice like that, isn't it? But if there's 20 in it, obviously, no one's saying nothing. It's pretty boring, you know what I mean? That's what it does. Second Life.
Yeah, I'm a little new to it, so what I thought was actually interesting was a lot of the there's kind of a culture and politics that you have to learn when you come into a new virtual world like this that you're unaware of, and there's etiquette and different things that you're unaware of until you actually get involved and dive in and start talking to people, and that's been kind of interesting to me. It's almost like culture shock.
It's definitely friend based. You're not gonna you've got to really kind of it's a terrible thing to say, but you have to suck up to people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you come across as an arsehole, you're not going to get anyone to come in and see you. So if you're an arsehole, you're an arsehole, isn't that?
Yeah.
But I've been to plenty of shows, and to me the standard's not been good, and they have triple what I have in there, and I'm not saying I'm any better, but I do get that impression that like the people that are in there, like like the way they're chatting and like they know one another. So it takes time. It takes time if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, it all boils down to true talent and your sound. If your sound's crap, like you won't last 2 seconds in there. You know what I mean? You've got to have like a good setup.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's one thing I've seen a lot of people have pretty decent sound setups in there, and I've been wanting to kind of get a lot of these different artists that are playing in Second Life as a guest on sessions here, because that's what we're doing is streaming and showcasing some of the people that are doing it, and a lot of the people already have really decent audio setups, so it's interesting.
Talking about my setup, it's I don't know, £200, like probably pay for it. It's not like it's not a lot of money really, and like for the quality, it's like I think it's okay. And but like some people, you can talk to you blue in the face about like like you can advise them, and then like 2 months later you'll bump into them and they've got exactly the same like so like you get like a bit like thinking with it all. You think, oh, like what's the point? And I've done it time and time again. I've tried to help people. And I bumped into someone. He helped me, and I listened to him because like I wanted to improve. And I went and got what he told me to get. Basically, you know what I mean. He was the one that set me up, and that's what you do, like. You talk to people, don't you? Like, I mean, like you ask like an honest question, like, "What's my sound like?" Like you want an honest opinion, because let's be honest. People go like, I mean, I've just finished watching X Factor. You're great. You're this. You're that. They're shit. You know what I mean? I'm sick to death of like how people like you're fantastic. I'd rather have like an honest critique than like you're fantastic. You know what I mean? And it takes once you get to know someone. Like I do know a few people, and like while I'm singing, like they've actually like IM'd me and said like your sound's terrible. You know what I mean? Like you need to turn this down or like sort it out. And like other people have been clapping, but they're not like watching. Like they've just got the voice turned down. When someone claps, they clap. Like that's the impression you get. It kind of goes like that, you know what I mean? It's a bit frustrating.
Well, I think it's a little different than playing in real life, and I've played live gigs for a long time, and I'm just now starting to get into virtual reality and the sequel to Second Life, which is High Fidelity, and I'm starting to get in there a little bit more, and it's a whole different situation, and it takes a lot of figuring things out. But I think for independent artists, I think there's a really big opportunity for people to really reach out to their fans in ways that you really couldn't before, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I've been on there, and there's a couple of I can't think what it's called, but like you've got Street Jelly. You heard of Street Jelly?
Yeah, I have.
There's a few, but there's one in particular that like it hits on younger people, and some are like not necessarily like the musicians, but it kind of like it is for younger people. But if you've got the face and like the right kind of music, I've been to shows where they've just been talking like prank calls, like they've got their own kind of show. There's like 1,500 people like watching them. So if you've got what the people want, then like the sky's the limit. And as for the tips, they're like just tip after tip after tip, like so like serious money from it. You know what I mean? But on set, the most I've ever seen on there on one show is about 70 people, and I wouldn't know like exactly what sort of tips. Like, if you're interested in the tip sort of side of it, it's always nice, isn't it? Like to be tipped and this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, like you might make $20 a show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Which is better than nothing. You're doing something that like it's kind of practice, isn't it? You kind of enjoy it. So like it's
For me, I don't think it's not so much about the tips. I'm really interested in the economic factor of it and seeing new economies develop. I mean, the tipping is interesting and that's cool, but I don't know. I'm just blown away watching digital economies start to take off like they are. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm not about the tip, because what you receive, I give back. You know what I mean? If someone tips me, you try and remember and you give it back. So it's not for the tips for me, but there's people in there making a living out of it, and it kind of becomes a little bit commercial, like a little bit dirty, and a bit false. You know what I mean? Like to me, I want to go in there and like hang out really and enjoy it. Yeah, like not to sort of sell myself. That's what I feel like I'm doing. I have to go in there and like you have to like, not beg, but you have to say please, like sort the venue out and tip the hostess and thank every single person that tips you, and you're there to sing.
Yeah.
And you've got all this going on, you know what I mean? And it does feel like a job, like in other words, you know what I mean? Sometimes you go in there, you think, oh, blimey, that was hard. And see, like I've done it the other way around. I've never sung in front of anyone apart from like a month ago that I actually got up on like an open mic. And it was only because I played like maybe 200 shows. That's 200 hours of playing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it kind of, you know, like it's helped me. It's helped my playing. People that have heard me have said I've improved. You know, I'm not a serious musician. You know?
Well, you do some writing though, don't you?
Yeah, like I've done a bit of writing. I was hoping to see what you guys was all about, like what you're going to do if you're going to do that. You know what I mean? I was going to listen in, and yeah, because like, you know, I enjoy that.
Well, here's what we let me kind of give you a brief rundown of sessions and what we've done on a couple of the previous ones. We've had some people come on and start doing some writing together, and everyone just kind of submits lyrics. And so far it was just me working on like one of the songs I was doing, and I took all that and I put it in there. But really it's just to give people an open collaboration space, and we're tracking everyone's time they're spending in here because I'm a big fan of time banking and you know, exchanging time, and I think time is more valuable to me than any kind of venue tip that I get at a show I'm playing, you know. So I've been really trying to focus on that, and so we're tracking everyone's time, and there's ways we can really go about doing the time exchange between artists, but there's no one that's doing anything that facilitates actual musicians, artists, and creatives the way that I'm wanting to. So I'm trying to move sessions in that direction. But for now, it's kind of in the conceptual stage, but we are, everyone's obviously on a hangout, so we know how long they've been here and how we have the time tracked because you're on here. So, but we're kind of going from there. So right now, I would like to kind of showcase some of your music if you wanted, so we can kind of get a feel for what you do, and maybe I can play some of my stuff, and then we can go from there and start maybe do some collaborative work.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. But like I said, unfortunately, the time's wrong for me. It's like I can't now because it's it's literally next door. Like she's gonna start screaming at me in another 10 minutes.
Okay, well that's okay. Can we at least showcase some of your music, and then we'll do some of mine, and then at least we'll be able to get an idea of where our music's at and kind of go from there.
Of course, okay. Yeah. Like I say, I'm not a serious artist. I wish I was. I mean, then I think my works would be like better, basically. Yeah, I mean, but it's I'm more of a strummer. You know what I mean? I've only been playing about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing. And it's weird because when I first started, I wrote 30 songs off the app like that, really like quick.
Yeah.
I find a bit of writer's block. That's why I'm kind of hoping that this might instigate like something. I mean, I'm actually writing like with Grace. We have started writing a song like yesterday. You know, like that was going all right.
Yeah.
So,
well,
okay.
Yeah. So I got to ask you then, what was it about first starting that really got you into writing, that made you just explode with a bunch of different new material, and what kind of held you back and kind of pulled the creative flow back for you?
I think YouTube, basically.
YouTube.
Yeah, like, it's like you'll hear a song on the radio, and if you like it, then you think like I couldn't play the guitar. I played it 30 years ago. Like I knew a few chords, and I think I can hold half a tune. And obviously, then I can't remember what was the first song. Like Oasis. That was it. I got into Oasis, and like their chord structure is really simple.
Yeah.
I don't like Oasis, but yeah, and. Yeah, like to say that, like, yeah, it was like, I can't stand Liam Gallagher. I can't stand the guy. I hate him. And there was a few songs that I liked, and yeah, like that's what, like, yeah, thinking about it, that's what got me into it. Like, I started playing Oasis, and then from there I went on to writing songs, and I think what spurred me on, I can vividly remember talking to my mate, and he was like, you can't write a song, blah, 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 like we was talking, and because he thinks he's better singing than me. I said, I bet I can write a song. And he went, no, you can't. And I went, like, you don't know me at all. And then I went home and I got the guitar. How bad I am at a guitar. I played this song. It was like three or four chords, and like for the first three chords of the song, it was two chords. Like, you know what I mean, E and a D.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I wrote the song, and then like after that, it just poured out of me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I've had moments where, like, even just this year, where I just couldn't write anything, and then I've had other years where I wrote just tons of songs, and I think it's hard to figure out your personal creative flow. So it's interesting to hear from other people. But when I got to ask, when you got into like Second Life performing, did that make you start writing more or less?
It was already done. The 30 songs was done by then.
Yeah.
And I've probably done a few since then, and like they've not been like, you know when it's like you speak to people. I don't know what your impression of what people's like views of it is, but I think if you write 100 songs, like maybe 10 of them will be really good, and maybe 3 will be fantastic, and the other, you know what I mean, like, you know, or okay. And out of my 30, I probably think 3 or 4 of them are really good, and 5 of them are okay, and the rest are kind of chuck away ones. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. And it's weird because when you write a song, like sometimes like the best ones have just come out of you, haven't they? Like you think, God, like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
You know,
like they're writing themselves, or almost.
Yeah. Right. I was speaking to a woman on Power Talk, and like she said, because she'd heard me sing like a few originals, and she said, "Can you write me a song?" And obviously, you don't know who you're dealing with, do you? Obviously, because like they're strangers to you. And I went, well, like I can't write a song about you because I don't know nothing about you. And that was it. Like that was the worst thing I ever did. Like I've tried to kill myself and blah blah blah, crying her eyes out. And I thought, oh my God, like what have I got myself into? And she kind of mentioned that like she had a mum and like she left her at 4 and like stuff like that. And then anyway, like that's how the song started. Oh, mother of mine, please explain to me one more time why you left me and all that. And that's how the song progressed. And it was such a miserable song. And like, you know, like she was so upset. So I thought to myself, how can I cheer this woman up? You know what I mean? I said, so what are you doing with your life now? She said, I'm getting married and I'm happy. And so, and that kind of helped me finish the song. You know what I mean? Because it was miserable. A father died, blah, blah, blah. She tried to kill herself. But like, it had a happy ending. You know what I mean? Like, and I was kind of happy that I gave her such a positive, like, you know, like outlook on the song. And like, she loved it. And a lot of people like that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's just weird how that song happened. It, like everything about that song was it was just, it pulled out of me. You know what I mean? And other songs, I've crap. You know, like it takes forever, doesn't it, to sort of like work a song out, and it just doesn't sound right. But you push through, like because like you know you're halfway through it, and like you know that at the end of the day, once you've made that song, it just goes. Even though it's crap, you think, well, look, that's another song that I can put away. That's another song I've wrote. So you just carry on with it. And that's
well, I think that's part of writing. Even if you think it's terrible, you've got to shut that inner critic off. Otherwise, you never do progress.
No, yeah, and I've done that time and time again. Like the last song I wrote was My Little Red Toolbox. It was so shit. It was absolutely shit. It's about my wife, you know, because she's always moaning, I don't do any work, and I thought, when was the last time I saw my toolbox? About 25 years ago. And so that's what started me writing that. It's not red or nothing, but you know what I mean? And it's an absolutely shit song. And some woman liked it, and because like I was just like mucking about with it, and she made me finish it, the bitch. You know what I mean? And she's like, no, you've got to finish that song. I really like it. So I pushed through it, and I was like, God, I hate this song. But you know, like no, that's another story. You know what I mean?
All right. What do you typically use as a muse? What inspires you for the majority of your songs, even if they're the bad ones?
I would say sometimes like a chord, even if a chord is like pretty chord, and like that can start me off. Like if you've got like if you're learning a song and it's got nice chords in it, then you can maybe miss out one or two, or play them faster, play them slower, and then you start humming, and then like something that just entered your head, and like before you know it, it just flows out. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't really say, like, you know, it's been different every single song. Like some woman said, "Can you write me a song?" And I went like, "What do you want me to?" And like she went, "I don't know, write me a song about a dog." And I went, "Well, you know, that's not, you know, dog, okay." I said, "Well, what, you know," I said, "Well, I've got a dog called Romeo, like call it Romeo," like, and that's what, and like what I was saying, out of nothing, that song poured out of me, like, you know what I mean? I mean, hold on. Is the sound any good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not bad. Actually, if you you can actually increase the sound quality if you click that gear at the top of your screen and switch it from voice to studio. It'll sound even better, but it already sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I will have to talk about that another. I'm just going to put. Will you pick up my acoustic? Will it pick up on the? Must it? Can you do that better? Hear that?
It's a little distant sounding.
So what do you want to do? How do I get this stand up then?
Here, do you see when you put your mouse on the hangout there? Do you see the gear icon at the top?
Nah, I got.
Should look like a gear where you have
got like a control room. I've got that. I've got Hangout Toolbox.
So at the very top of your screen, right up above, it should be like right here.
If you see where it says "Leave the call," it's like a red phone.
All right.
Click the icon next to that on your left.
I've got like the football, like the settings.
Yeah, that's the one, my man.
Yeah, okay. Right, got that.
And then go to. Go on.
Yeah, and then you should see where it says voice. You want to click that and switch to studio.
Okay. Studio. Gotcha. Right, save, yeah.
And that should be a little better. Go ahead and play a couple chords and let's see what it sounds like.
Top, left, and right stereo channel. Should I tick that?
I think it should be fine. Yeah, you can play just as is. It'd probably be fine.
I've got a tumble dryer on here as well. I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, we can hear it good now.
Well, I ain't afraid to admit it. I love my Romeo. No, I ain't his Juliet, so just quit it. Just let it go. I love my Romeo. I don't care who knows. Yeah, I love my Romeo. He's my best friend and I take him everywhere I go. Even in the rain and snow, yeah, Romeo wants to go. Yeah, he never, ever lets me down. And he always wants to 24/7 play around. Yeah, I love my Romeo. I owe my loving to Romeo. All the women, they are loving so. Yeah, I owe my loving to Romeo. But when it comes to the loving, Romeo has to go. Yeah, when it comes to the loving, Romeo has to go. I love my Romeo. I don't care who knows. I love my Romeo. That's half of it there. There you go. Romeo. Was that all right?
Really,
Was the sound okay?
It sounded great. Really looked at him naming the dog there.
No, but like I said, like again, like she just like just named it. It just fell into place. And other times, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it, wouldn't it? I wish, like, you listen to some songs, don't you, on records, you think, my God, those words are so clever. You know what I mean? How people do it. I mean, have you heard of Susan Jewell? Anyone? Has anyone heard of Susan Jewell?
That doesn't ring a bell.
Well, if you get a chance, check her out. Like, she's on Second Life, and like she's like the words, like this is a poetic writer. Like, she's very you know, like she doesn't, you know, like me, I'm more of a rhymer. Like her is, you know, like her words are so clever. You know what I mean? Like, and it can mean a different thing, or it takes quite a while to actually understand what she's saying. Like to me, you know what I mean? And like, I kind of like them of them songs because, like, you know, it can be a moody song. Sometimes, like, you're in a different mood and like you can appreciate it a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's weird, like, you know. But if you get a chance, like, just check out Susan Jewell. Like I really like the way like she writes the songs, and I've actually learnt a couple of her songs. And I'll do one for you now if you want. I'll just do a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So I woke up foggy this morning, tried to pour you out of my head, 'cause I thought you might be hungry, but I see you've already been conquered. And take me down like I'm dirty, lay me out like you want me, kiss me hard like you're gonna love me like you can. So I pulled my favorite jeans on, let them hang where you had your hand, and I still can smell the taste of you, and it's kicking my ass again. Take me down like that. That's it. I can't really say it because it's getting late. That's one of her songs.
And how do you spell the name?
Susan Jewell. It's just Susan with a J-U-E-L, Jewell. But I find it inspiration. I mean, I'm playing a lot of bar chords, and I think bar chords to me are fantastic. I'm sort of discovering bar chords, and you can work out a song like just through, like, obviously, like through the root note, can't you? You just follow it, and if you're struggling to find the next chord, like, you can generally find it. You know what I mean? Which is a big help to me. You know what I mean?
Mate, I've got to ask you this. You've gone to the name Stickleback on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to ask you, were you one of those kids who actually had Stickleback, or were you a Lego kid?
Stickle. No, my dad used to go fishing, and he'd give me the net, obviously, to get rid of me, and I'd go and catch the Stickleback, you know what I mean, or whatever it was. You know, he probably didn't care what I was doing, but I vividly remember catching Sticklebacks and stuff like that, you know.
Do you remember the Stickleback toy there?
No.
Oh, mate.
So I've missed out. Have you got one? It looks like you're going to go and get it.
Oh, mate, I'll show you something now. I'll put a link up.
Right, yeah, Stickleback. So what was it? Was it like Lego?
It was like kind of like a brick with it was loads of little thin plastic cones, and then you could lock them together into shape. You had them when I was at primary school.
How old are you? I'm 52, so...
Mate, I'm 45, so we're in the same bracket.
I must have known it.
I'm going to put an image up now.
I'm kind of interested in this.
Do you remember them things, like, do you ever get them things with the knockers? Like, do you remember, like, the things on the strings? And you used to have to, like, do that with the knocker, and they'd go up and down and, like, hit each other. And, like, they got banned, like, and back in the day, they let all the kids play with you like that. You're bashing up all your fingers and all your knuckles were getting bruised. You know what I mean? It wouldn't let you play with it now, you know what I mean? It was so funny. Oh, the washing machine's finished now. I'm in trouble. I've got to speak quiet. So what are you going to sort of like? Let's have a listen to one of you guys. And do you play the guitar?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm getting feedback though. Let me see.
I wish I could play, guys, but I can't. I'm really stuffed.
That's all right. Well, I'll see you in second line. We'll start doing some collaborations.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But hang on. I'm gonna mute you guys. I'm not sure which one it is, but we're getting feedback.
It could be me because I've got my echo up and stuff like that. Do you want me to turn it down?
I'm just gonna mute you, and you'll have to unmute when you go to talk.
Right.
Up at the top there.
Okay.
Test. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Can you guys hear that? Will you nod for me? I need to warm up for a second. Give me a sec. There it is. You let your expectations get the best. You gotta tear it down now. I did my best to dress according to the person that you're breaking. Feel alive, but the only thing that I've been tasting is the bittersweet of all that is now everlasting. Of all that is now everlasting. For my mind, I'll reach up to the golden sky. Take your time. Everything is better when it's done with saving. Before the light, but all you see is I've been taken. Until tonight, the fight is all that you've been shaking. You let your expectations get the best. You gotta tear it down now. I did my best to dress according to the person that you're breaking. Feel alive, but the only thing that I've been tasting is the bittersweet of all that is now everlasting. Something strange about that glow. Stare into the screen, let your mind let go. Now I found out it's the glow I need. It's underneath me. Take it on, and we're never gonna stop. When your mind is lifted with a feeling you can love. That was just a little sample there.
Sweet, Brady.
Yeah, nice one, mate. The tumble dryers, I can talk again. The tumble dryers, come on. Just gone off again. Now you can play the guitar 20 times, but I can hear you. I can hear the skills you've got there. You know, I just wish I could play better. You know, but it's how long is it going to take me to play? I know you got the more you put in, the more you get out, don't you? I suppose, but
Well,
3 or 4 hours a day.
yeah, I don't know. It's rough. You gotta almost do it until it hurts and just be obsessive about it.
Yeah, that's true. You just got to keep pushing your boundaries, and you can't settle for. You know, I'm in my comfort zone. I need to get out of the comfort zone. That's what I feel as I need to do. You know.
Yeah. The other thing is you really got to find what really does it for you too. If you know, some people just really want to get into producing music and they're better with structure. Like me, I'm terrible with structure. But I can play like crazy, but there's no structure.
No. No, if like producing bores me to tears. If someone starts saying that, well, I'd love to get into it, but I know it's such a long road that I'm struggling just to learn the guitar. So like I had to get my sound and everything right, and I just know it would just take so much more time to get things are getting easier though, ain't they? Like things are getting when you think back 10, 20 years at how hard it was. And now you can go on, what they call it, that beat, you can download a little app and it sorts it all out. Then you can get a backbeat, put a guitar to it. It's getting easier and easier. So I'll probably be dead by the time it gets to my level. But yeah, I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. It's just a passion of mine, and I would like to produce and get into all that. It's like you said, it's on the road.
Yeah, I've got. Well, I wouldn't say he's a friend, but he's just someone I know, and he just constantly goes on about it all the time. He's so into it, and I haven't spoken to him for about 6 months. And if I bumped into him again in a year, he'd probably be so much better than what the last time, because he's all about that, the sound, and he was telling me. He was losing me, you know what I mean? And he was saying to him, get this and get that. And I said, oh, look, good luck to you. And he wanted to come round and he was like, I'll turn up in my camper van. Like I said, I'll stay outside your house. And I started getting worried. I was like, let me just ask my wife about that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My camera working.
All right, cool. I'm going to because they have these jams, don't they? They have these get-togethers, which is fantastic, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's they had one in America, and they all turned up, about 30 of them, 40 of them. Like they called it some sort of jam. They all got together for 2 or 3 days, and yeah, so it's nice, isn't it? Like you kind of get to be friends, like we're doing now. And then 6 months down the line, like 30 of us all might meet up or something like that. So you've got that kind of opportunity going on in Second Life and all these other sites.
You know what's interesting?
It'd be great, but it could be.
What's interesting about stuff like Second Life is meeting people in the game and only in the game for a long time, and then you finally meet them in person.
Can you turn your picture off? Sorry. I'm trying to give up when he's smoking away. Look, I'm jealous. Sorry, go on. So what was you saying?
No, I was just saying it's neat to just talk to people in the real world after you've known them in the game for so long.
Yeah. And also it draws inspiration of some people, like you know what I mean, like. I'm just starting to get to know people and like what we're doing now, and I'm writing a song with someone else. I've wrote 3 other songs with 3 different people, so it's been interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but what I would love to do is actually meet up with someone and have a right good old buddy. You know what I mean? And just got a basement and just jam for 3 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to do that.
Well, Roy, maybe you can talk private. I know a few people down your way probably be up for that way. I mean, when I say your way, I mean South Coast way, but
yeah, no, that's a long way, isn't it? Yeah, round the corner.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I met someone. I didn't meet him, and he was telling me to go up to Enfield. You know Enfield, don't you? Heard of it? And not that far, is it? He said, come down there, man. He said, you fucking like, you'll do well down here. You'll do this, you do that. And this guy, he was on Power Talk again, and he was talking like we was in the music room, and like someone commented and said, why don't you just shut up and sing? And he fucking exploded. He's like, you see you MC. I was like, yeah, I want to hang out with you, mate. You know, I said, you goddamn fucking. And that was it. Like they barred him from this place, and like, you know, I spoke to him afterwards. He said, I don't give a shit. He said, like, you know, I said, come down and like we'll have a jam. I was like, yeah, okay. But like, that was the last time I spoke to him.
Mate, Roy, can I ask you, because we're sort of the same sort of rough generation stuff. Where did your this all begin with you? Was this kind of like your parents' music? Were they listening to like the old Chas and Dave and stuff? Or where was it? And what was your first gig you went to?
I wasn't into gig. I mean, like if I did go to only because of some girls, she had massive. That's all I remember about that gig. But believe it or not, I think it was Barry White. I've been to Barry White. I haven't been to a load of things, but Rolling Stones and stuff like that.
Nice, man.
Yeah, and that was weird. I went to that. We're standing in the audience, like about a mile back, because really you just go to watch telly, don't you? Because you can't see people on the stage. All you can see is the screen. I've turned around, there's my next door neighbour next to me, or someone like, you know, like if someone we knew who's standing right next to us at Wembley. Thousands of people, and you looked over and it's like, oh my God, what are you doing there? You know what I mean? It's such a like, you know, like a surreal thing. But no, like I haven't been like to that many concerts. It was my mum and dad. Obviously, like you grow up like through your household, don't you? And, like you listen to what your mum and dad listened to. It was all like Motown, like back in the day, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Elvis and stuff like that. And yeah, well, like, I think you grow up like listening to what is like, you know, like all through the years it changes, doesn't it? I mean, I didn't enjoy like the Duran sort of era. I wasn't into that, like all that Boy George and stuff like that. Some of the records they made was good, but like it's like now, would I sit down and learn like a Duran or Spandau Ballet and stuff like that? No. Like, you know, but I'd much rather learn like a Motown song, you know what I mean, all the classics, you know what I mean, like, and that's why they're called classics, because like they stand the test of time, don't they? Like these songs in the 80s, like some of them are like will survive, but like a lot of them are fall by the wayside. You know the reason I sort of mentioned that is
you got to bear in mind. I'm always asked this. People always ask me this. You were in the geographical area, man. One of the greatest periods of, I would say, British music. We had the birth of British heavy metal. We had punk going on, all that soul ska stuff, all around where you know, maybe a 20 mile radius from where you lived.
Yeah, like I definitely remember when the ska come out and stuff like that. And if you go back to even like Madness and all that, and it was the others, all the others that come out. I remember being that. But you got to remember, you're either so into it that like obviously it's life changing, but I was into girls. I was into girls and mates and drinking, you know what I mean? So it was never like if it was on, it was playing. Like you just remember, don't you remember the time? I can remember being in the toilets puking up, and you know, Madness were playing and stuff like that. It's just memories, isn't it? It's but I was never like heavily into like music. I've got to be honest. Like it's not. It's only through the last say 2 or 3 years that but it's only what I like. If I hear a song, then it drives me insane. Then I have to quickly get on YouTube and you know, and I have to learn it. You know what I mean? Like that's what inspires me. You know what I mean?
I think that's that obsessive thing I was talking about. You got the bug.
Oh, definitely. Like I'll tell you, someone I'm heavily into is Jack Savarotti. You ever heard of him?
I haven't. No. You keep giving me all these names. I'm Googling now.
Jack Savarotti. I went to see a concert of his a couple of months back, like maybe 6 months back, in Bath, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the guy was amazing. Like to me, he's going to be the next massive thing. Like, and if he ain't, I ain't going to understand why. What?
Is it Savarotti?
Savarotti, yes. Saverotti, something like that.
Yeah, I got him.
very like guitar based. The guy, you know what I mean? So it's
I like a lot of finger style acoustic work.
Have you tried playing any other instruments, Roy, like the piano?
I'd love to, but again, it's what I was saying about like learning. It's time consuming. It's like I'm spending all my energy on this guitar. I would love to be able to play the piano, but I just haven't got time. Yeah. What do you?
No, I was going to say, I've got the same sort of path as you. I can't really know the music. I wouldn't. If you sat, a lot of my tunes would be thrown out musical class, not in time or whatever. But I spent years learning acoustic, and I found it recently I've been transcribing onto a piano, and it's amazing because if you have to use it to listen to chords, you can just transcribe them really easily. And I don't play any. I can't read music or anything. So.
Well, that's what I'm finding with bar chords. Like it's another step from like just normal chords, but it's more deeper. You know what I mean? It's got that meatness to it. You know what I mean? And if you could pick to the bar chords, because obviously, but I can't. That's something else I need to get into is picking, like maybe Travis picking. But I think that's too country, isn't it? Travis picking.
Not really. No. Well, let me play another one that I actually do that style of picking. And it's not country at all.
Is it just one style, or is there several styles in Travis?
It's actually a very specific style.
So it's one style. It is one style.
Yeah. Actually, here, let me show you real quick. It's a very specific pattern, and any other pattern is actually classified as something different. But here, I just switched cameras here.
Okay, cool.
Let me mute you again really quick, and I'll play it. And we'll see here. Okay. Can you hear that? Notion now in motion, you feel emotion like the ocean's breeze. It carries me away, it carries me away. And that's a very specific Travis style picking. You'll have to unmute again there.
That's very, very impressive. So have you got a link to that? Is that because...
No, I don't have a good recording of that one right now.
But if I just type in Travis, but that will come up with the same pattern.
Yeah, it's the exact same pattern.
Right.
It's just different chords. I like a lot of minor chords, so mine's not really country, but
no, because again, I'm not into country. I wouldn't say I'm into country. It's not that I don't like country, but it would be my first choice. There's some beautiful songs out there, but a lot of them I can't stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the same song? I mean, don't get me wrong. You can't play a chord someone hasn't played before, but country's a little over the top.
Well, you know, when you get into hillbilly and like rednecks and stuff like that, and really American, it just doesn't. And it kind of gets into God, doesn't it, and stuff like that. I'm not into that. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
That down south Southern American accent.
Yeah, you are. My people out of yours. Goddamn NASCAR on.
Yeah, I can't handle it. I listen to everything from rap and hip hop, classical, funk, blues, jazz, but I can't do country.
No. There's a fellow on one of the sites on Pal Talk, and there's two of them actually, and he talks. I can't do an American accent, but after about 5 minutes of hearing the guy, you just want to switch him off because he. What is he? I wish I could tell you the songs he sings. It's just very, very country. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you another thing. I've never heard of them either, which makes it even worse.
Well, hey, I just wanted to say thanks for coming on here. This is I look forward to maybe doing some collaborative work with you and seeing you
I'd love to, guys. You know
in Second Life. So let me see if I can screen share here, and I'll show you guys. Tim hasn't seen my studio in Second Life yet. There you go.
Well done.
Can you see that, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here is the official Sessions studio. Got a big antenna here. Satellite dish just to look all official. I got your artwork in here. That's Chris or McPassion. Okay, so I know your painting doesn't look right, but that was the only way we let me put it up there. There's some of Chris's work.
Right.
There's another one of yours.
You'd love Susan Jewell, Chris, because she's an artist as well.
Let's see here. Let me go up here.
There is a way you can zoom in and all that. I can't do it, but yeah, you're doing better than I can. There's your little stage.
Yeah, I got the stage going on. It's all animated. You can actually play the drums and stuff. But
is that a sex chair?
Tim,
is that a sex chair? Can you have sex on that chair?
Yeah. That's exactly what those are for.
Yeah,
You can have sex everywhere.
No, but like, you actually buy sex chairs, don't you? Sex beds and sex mats.
You actually can in here.
Yeah,
it's funny. So Tim, the goal is to get this in real life and take life as people and sessions to the moon and we'll have this and throw a real party with everyone who's been on the sessions.
Nice, man.
This is my wishful thinking.
Well, the thing is though, like eventually the guys would be interested, but it takes it's a big effort to get like to understand what he's doing now. It ain't something simple, is it? It takes weeks. But it would be nice. It would be nice if we could all get up there and 30 of us all go in there and we can all talk like we're talking now, and then like someone grabs a stream and it comes. You know, it's good. Like, you know.
Brady, can I ask you a question? So maybe the images are up there, or if you could maybe the little table you've got in front of you. Is there ability? My overall question is to buy stuff on this cryptocurrency. So I could go on as a character and buy maybe a print or a USP sticker with some artwork on it, or any sort of like things that would be sold.
I'm getting a heck of a loop here.
Yeah, man.
It's from Roy's audio board. Mine was doing that the other day too. I don't know why. But audio boards, Google does not like them sometimes.
What do you want me to do?
Hang on.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, just mute you real quick.
That's fine.
Okay. Say that again. I didn't hear what you said.
Right, can you hear me now, Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that in Second Life, there is ability to maybe like the images, or if you were going to sell like a T-shirt or a Sessions hat or anything like that, could you go up and have a character go up and buy it as cryptocurrency, and then get it in real life?
Well, that's the thing. The sequel to Second Life is going to be using cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all of that.
Nice.
But this one uses the in-game currency Linden that Linden Labs, the people who made this game, they control it like they're the central bank of this game. But it's you can still.
What's that?
That's McPatches.
Oh right, man. I thought, man, I'm taking some. I know it's late at night down over this part of the world, man, but I just saw a cardboard box walk across the screen.
No, that's my dick in a box.
So go on, you were saying, Brady.
Oh no, I was just saying, this game has a really big economy in it, though. So you can buy the painting. Like I can actually set it to where if someone wanted that, they could come up and buy it, and own that painting, and put it in their house. But because there's like a whole marketplace with stuff, anything from shirts and hats and artwork and chairs, like all the stuff you see here, I bought on the marketplace. By playing gigs in here and earning Linden, and then you go buy stuff on the market, and it's pretty neat. But the sequel is going to be a lot different. It's going to actually have, it's going to have full-blown cryptocurrency, and I believe I heard the guy even say he's going to create his own cryptocurrency to put in the game, but it's all open source. The whole game. So if you want to do a Bitcoin wallet, put the Seeds engine, made safe, anything you want, it's all open source. So you can do anything.
So man, this has real potential to it. I can, yeah, you can sort of see where the potential of this is going to go really sort of forward, because
Yep.
yeah, you know what I mean. So the next sort of the question would be to you would be, and I talked to generally the other day, but I mean, are things like the new PS4 virtual reality stuff, are these big steps towards getting this into mass penetration to everybody?
No, because, well, it'll get everyone's feet wet with virtual reality, but it's all going to be very centralized, so much so that like a company is just going to make a killing. Like you look at Blizzard Entertainment and World of Warcraft, they don't give anything back to their players, and they literally make billions every year. And the players do nothing but hand them money when the players are the ones making that game valuable. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to find a way to give back to all the people and helping with sessions and my music personally, because I think everything creative should go that direction. It should be the creator and the fans equally have a piece of the pie, because that's what makes it valuable, is that interaction, not the company in between. And Philip Rosedale, the creator of Second Life, actually understands this, but that type of business model and mindset didn't exist when he created this game. So his new one, High Fidelity, he does understand this and has that mentality, but now it's possible. So he's fully open sourcing it. He's creating a marketplace just like in Second Life, but it's going to accept cryptocurrency, and he's probably going to issue his own cryptocurrency. And from what I was hearing, he's actually going to... the cryptocurrency will actually be created by you playing the game. Like you have jobs that your computer's doing that help maintain the server and the game, and you're rewarded the in-game currency for helping maintain the game. And that's going to make the most stable currency on Earth, because let's face it, the Linden dollar has actually been more stable than most national currencies around the world that are in crisis right now. I mean, to think an in-game economy is more stable than a real economy, that's pretty mind-blowing. And that's one reason why I'm really digging into all this right now, because this is the future of work. It is.
So like I say, what's going to be the barrier? I mean, obviously you mentioned there's barriers now between getting this out into mass penetration. What can be done to dissolve those barriers? I mean, is it going to be more smart, the next generation of smartphones? Is it? I mean, what are the big sort of steps we should be looking for, or maybe, even like as you say ourselves, what can I do, man? That's what I'm saying. What I'm balls deep in. What can we do to sort of make this mass penetration?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think. See, we're not dealing with a traditional business model that allows you to like penetrate a market per se. You're actually asking people to adopt an entirely new type of economic and social system, and that's not something we've done in 400 to 500 years. So to ask the world to do that is literally asking them to do it and teaching them to do it. So the barrier is 100% education, because most people don't even know this is going on. People don't, like 90% of the world doesn't know cryptocurrency is even a thing, much less open source virtual reality environments that have cryptocurrency in them. And then when you take what Second Life is and apply it to an open source mentality and new type of virtual reality, that's actually pretty mind-blowing. I mean, you're going to have kids making a better living than their parents who are trying to work a 9-to-5 job in the real world by running a nightclub in a video game, because it has real musicians and real people and a more stable economy and currency than any of the real world currencies. And that's where the adoption is unfortunately watching the traditional systems that we all currently rely on crumble as they currently are and have been for a long time and are continuing to do so. And then these games and the virtual economies are going to make all of that look like a joke, to where they're all going to have to actually start functioning and competing with all of this, which is already happening. I mean, that's why everyone's so into cryptocurrency, is because it forces that mentality and reality into the real world. And it's not about adoption anymore. It's about like transitioning as smoothly as possible now. It's not so much like, okay, it's all going to burn and we got to try and play these video games for a living. No, it's more so about like transitioning to something that's just works. And I don't know. I've got nothing, but I mean, I'm working in the industry, so I understand where we're headed. But if someone working in the industry doesn't understand it, that shows a huge gap in bridging this and actually allowing this type of transition to go smoothly. And so it's not even an adoption factor. It's purely education and hoping we can do this smoothly.
Yeah, I meant when you really sort of boil it down to, a lot of it is hardware, isn't it? I mean, this is one of the big barriers I've really thought about and contemplated for the last few weeks. It's hardware is always going to be the point. I mean, there's no point having software if people can't got something to use it on. So that they're the kind of things that to me we should look out for and sort of highlight. And
to be honest, I don't even think hardware is going to be much of an issue, because I mean, if you're talking about hardware in terms of virtual reality, quite frankly, not everyone wants to strap this giant bulky thing on their head and go into virtual reality. You know?
No, I meant in terms of like getting ourselves away from the internet. I mean, we were talking about last night. Well, ironically, we were talking to each other last night as that DNS attack happened, and that's what I mean. We need the hardware to sort of build these new paradigms, or we're building a new decentralized world. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what we should be looking out for.
Well, I think it's one, like you're always saying, it's one step at a time, and we're making those steps every day, and it's just pushing things to a decentralized world, because those attacks you're talking about on the internet, where everything's going down, that's not going to slow down. That's going to continue to happen. It's going to get worse. People are going to get hacked. Their personal data is going to be out there more and more, because it's all insecure on a hardware level. So when we have people the people from Demon Saw is a perfect example. They're thinking about hardware solutions to decentralization instead of just software solutions. I mean, software is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, software has done amazing things, but on a hardware level, we really do need to focus on it. So if you want to talk about adoption and making things happen, the decentralized, just perpetual data structures is what we need. But then that gets into a lot of complicated political and legal talks that a lot of people just flat out want to say no to. And the fact of the matter is, it's not really something you can say no to. This is do you want these attacks and all this horrible stuff to keep happening, or do you want to just decentralize things, make sure it's stable and secure? Because it's black and white here. There's no in between. There's no well, we can maybe kind of encrypt it. It's either encrypted or not. And that's it. And it's the same with decentralization. It's either decentralized and secure or not.
So we're going to go to right, sort of taking this full loop back, really on the second, the Second Life game you're in. Is it in theory possible for you to do virtually, if you had the time and the effort and ability to sort of almost do a render of every person that's been on sessions and put them all already hanging around the sort of building, waifs and strays?
I'm already working on it. I have a couple alt accounts, and I'm and the people who have contributed more. I think we know who they are. I think it's probably this guy McPatch is here, and he's already in there. But we got to get you in there. So I'm working on one for you, but I don't want to insult you when you see your character. So I'm trying to make sure it looks good.
Dude, I'm an artist, mate. That's the whole point. I mean, the whole point of an essence of an artist. Whenever I draw a portrait for anybody, I say, "Hey, warts and all, man," because I'm not one of these, airbrush artists. So, man, that's the vagaries of life, dude. Make me whatever. I don't give a shit. Vanity, dude.
We'll just make you a cardboard box for now, because that's what we're doing with Chris, because we couldn't make him look right. He was a little deformed, so I was like, "You're a cardboard box." Get it?
And I like it. It makes life easy.
That's another conversation.
So, yeah. Roy, will you unmute there? I would like to hear your opinion of a lot of what we were just talking about, because you've been in the virtual economy now, playing around in virtual worlds. I'd like to hear your perspective on everything we just talked about.
Well, I can't really say nothing now because it's too late, mate. She's just told me to shut up.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries.
Sorry, mate.
No worries. We'll talk some more in the game, and if we can find a good time, we might even be able to do it earlier. We get you on sessions and let you really talk. Because I know you're a talker. We need to get you to talk.
Right. Like I say, I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I keep talking, lads.
Let's call it, man.
Yeah. Actually, Tim has to go play a gig or something, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll probably wrap it up here in a second. I think we should wrap it up on one of your songs from SoundCloud.
Before we do wrap it up, Roy, give a shout out where people can reach you on Facebook.
I'm Facebook. No, I've not got any of them. Just SoundCloud, and YouTube. I haven't really done any much promoting of myself. That's for sure.
Well. We'll start directing people to you in Second Life shows and YouTube, and if you keep uploading to SoundCloud, send them there too.
Yeah, cool guys, cool. And vice versa. I'd like to listen to you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tim actually has been playing more piano lately too, so none of us have gotten to hear a whole lot of that. He just sent me some stuff soon, and we're gonna get that on one of these next sessions so everyone can hear it.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to say to our guys because I'm gonna get a bit of row in a minute.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah. Nice
you have a good night. Thanks.
Yeah, nice chatting to you guys. I'll see you later.
Later.
Ciao, boys.
Let me find a good track. Chris, what was a good track from him that you liked?
Hold on, let me pop this back open.
I Don't Want to Fight. I like that tune.
Which one? I Don't Want to Fight?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I'm playing it
But
now.
it's about 3/4 of the way down this page. That's quite a good tune.
No, it's not a master plan. You know that I'm right. So come on, let's just make love tonight. Yeah, I don't want to fight. No, not tonight. Yeah, I don't want to fight. No, not tonight. Can we just give this night tired of fighting who's wrong and who is right. Yeah, I don't wanna fight tonight. We're going round in circles, I don't care who's wrong or right, 'cause I just wanna make love tonight. So come on, let's just make love tonight. It's getting late and I don't want you to go. Come lay down by my side, put your arms around me and don't let go. Yeah, I don't wanna fight tonight. Yeah, I just wanna make love tonight. I'm just a simple man and I know what I like. Yeah, I just wanna make love tonight. No, it's not a master plan, you know that I'm right. So come on, let's just make love tonight. Yeah, I don't wanna fight. Yeah, not tonight. Yeah, I don't wanna fight. No, not tonight. Let's just make love tonight. Let's just make